Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today is Wednesday the 13th. Oh, there's a number of January 2021. I hope you're well, doing great, having a good morning so far. It is 5:31 here on the East Coast in Charlotte, North Carolina. Um, Excuse me while I just get myself grounded, and that seems to be the order of the day. Um, you will notice. Oops, there you go. I can't move out the way. I got some new artwork up on the wall. So, like, what is it? It's a love poster. Remember, I told you if you're on here. Oh, Amy, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you under there? Do you need to get up on your chair? Sorry. What are you doing? Do you want to come say hello? No. Okay. Right. Well. Oh, there you go. Some people. Yes, some of my critters. They like to they like to be in on the act. Um, Speaking of critters, I know I'm going all over the place. Well, let's start with the love poster, shall we? That one that was right up there that I framed yesterday. I'll give you a look at it. There you go. So that's what it looks like, close and personal. Uh, there's this program online called Canva, Canva, that I use for all my thumbnails. I'm sure there are other programs out there that are just as easy, just as quick, but I only like to go one stop shop to do what I need to do. I'm not one that goes flopping about everywhere because I get a bit confused about where everything is. So I loaded up some of my favorite pictures from my photos album, and this thing just automatically plops it into where they need to go. And I'm like, they look so cool. And I like the way it all comes together like that. It would have taken me hours if I had to create that on my own, but it was probably about 20 minutes. So there's that. And then I have to show you this girl. Look, I snapped this last night in my den. She could not find anywhere to get settled, anywhere to get comfortable. And then she sat upright in the chair earlier, and I was trying to grab the camera, and she was trying to pay attention to what was going on so she didn't miss anything. And then it was just like, she was gone. Um, 7 months old, and that's how big she is. And we're not stopped growing yet. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's like, well, maybe we need to have a heated stable of some sort because it just makes me chuckle. All right, there's that. And now on to our look at that ham. Yes, what a ham. Indeed, indeed, indeed. They just light me up, which, when we're looking through the lenses of looking through the lenses of I don't know what out there in the road. Um, it's good to have something to giggle and laugh at. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, there we go. That's our card of the day. And yes, Mallory Megan, I am going to move my platform over to Twitch. All I needed to find out yesterday was if I could use it through my broadcasting system, online broadcasting software, which is Ecamm because it works with all Mac. And yes, I can. You just basically have to go set up an account and load it all in and plop. I'm thinking, really, for logistic reasons, I will do a bit of a test run on Sunday and then do a major launch on Monday and then find some creative way to plop that up on the Facebook pages and all that stuff, see if it all shoots out everywhere. But good call, good suggestion, and I am excited about what all that looks like. Something about it yesterday sat with me about the word, the Twitch, the this, and I did a little bit of researching, and it doesn't seem to be one of those places where you get sucked into just distraction. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Um, I'll make sure I download the app. Okay. Oh, okay. I should thank you. So before we get to the end of the week, I will put up my contact information on here. Um, although most people can find me, I'm still working with this YouTube subscription stuff. I think I'm about 14 people away that have to like and subscribe on the channel and watch for at least 5 minutes, which part of me isn't up for all that because I think that's to me like a bloody cyber circus. Do I care whether or not they pay me money and get sponsors? No. Am I interested in all of that stuff that you could make this much, that much, and the other much? No, not at all. But it does open doors, and I understand the platform itself, the program itself, must be some sort of there has to be some kind of parameters in place that allow folks to go create a channel, because I could imagine that there's a lot of folks thinking this is an easy thing to do, that you can just go create a YouTube channel and it's not difficult, it just takes time. But then they abandon ship and you've got all of these channels out there with nowhere to plug into. So I've had the faith that it takes time. Let's see. Yeah, okay. There are all sorts of channels. Okay, yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. But I think having one source, one place, and what I know about business and what I know about dealing with folks is you've got to be consistent. As a producer of anything, um, you know, the human experience is to flitter from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. And there's this idea that when something doesn't work, um, there's something wrong. No, it just means the timing either wasn't right or the audience has to warm up to it. There is this rule of thumb that in business, you can, especially if you're building a client base like I do with hair or readings or any of that, it takes 3 years of consistent business building to get literally a baseline. And during that 3 year growth period, there's an ebb and flow. It goes like this. Initially, there's an awful lot of buzz, an awful lot of new, now, next people that are poking their nose through the new window. Then that group pop off to the next new, now, next because they're all into the fresh, and there are people that will come back around. So this is where if you're consistent and it says that you're pretty secure with what you're doing and what you're not doing, I think it's why many companies that put out a product a few years ago, they were trying to get rid of, I think it was Little Debbie's or one of those little cake companies, something they were trying to abolish because it wasn't working, and there was an uproar because people didn't want their comfort zone going away, so it got a resurgence. Similarly to TV programs, we're now at the point where television that was up and running in the early 60s, those reruns of old black and whites, old sitcoms that we probably watched over and over. I mean, I'm thinking in terms of, let's see, Will and Grace came back. All of this stuff, they all came back and they did a second go around because people want to still be connected to something that they were comfortable with. Um, so in business, that shop on the corner that's always been there, that's always supplied with the newspaper and the candies and whatever you go to pop in and get your chewing gum and all this, when it's gone, it's so all that to say, I think I want to get to a place where there's a channel and one place and make it work. What I'm realizing about Facebook, I'm not knocking it. It is a big business, it's a big engine, it has billions of users worldwide. Do I think it's safe and secure? I have no idea. I am constantly being asked to validate my identity, up to and including putting address information in. That makes me a little nervous because I don't know where it's going. Um, this idea of being hacked, I don't know if it's true. Part of me thinks it might be a conspiracy. And yes, we can all be hacked by somebody. When I think about how many satellites they're shoving up there in space, well, we can't stop them. It boggles my mind that we have a space galaxy, which is wonderful, that's accessible by all kinds of international countries that could just, oh, let's just turn the satellite that way and have a spy down there. Don't you think they're not looking, spying, having a gander at what we're doing? I remember when I first when I first downloaded Google Earth, I first of all I was amazed that that was possible, and then I was like, my God, they can see my driveway, they could see where I live, they could see. It bothered me for a day or two. How did I cope with that? And what did I do? I feel like it's easy to pass it on well. My mother used to say, if all the dirt is in your broom closet, you need to open the broom closet and clean it out. Basically, if you've got nothing to hide, what can they see? What can they do? That's when I'm like, well, yeah, no, look all you like, all good. Um, so let's get on with the message for today. The Earth and Ground Angel is here, and the Web Weaver is here. So what I love about the way these two cards come together, at least I shuffle them separately and differently, and I concentrate on what do I want to project. And oddly enough, these two oracle decks, like they sing. So I've been trying to feel like, well, they're two different entities, but they come together with the same message. So where I'm looking at it now is, I've got the angel card, which is Earth and Ground. Then what's that angel's message? And that's how I get to Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, which is by Colette Baron Reid. So these two together, I pull them up. Earth and Ground is the place where truth is. When you talk about how we can get in our thoughts, we can get into our emotions, we can be bombarded with all kinds of information. Lord knows I have been, with lovely, wonderful friends that are listening to whatever channels out there, spitting out whatever nonsense they can listen to. Nonsense because I can't do anything about it. Nonsense because what am I supposed to do? It is distracting for them. For me, it's not. You know, I've learned through this process of meditation, personal growth, transformation, to be up for anything as long as it's one, for my own safety, two, to better improve and help someone else, and three, collaborate wherever possible. Whatever I can do, I will do. But that doesn't mean to say I'm going to compromise my own personal thoughts and beliefs on this humanity as a whole. What I'm beginning to realize as we move forward and as I meditate more and stay grounded and stay in that peaceful kumbaya, let's make sense of it, coming out of my mind tree, is wow. Okay, there's a guide. I've got goosebumps. My hairs are standing up on my end. So, who is it? Oh, yesterday I talked about a big, huge, wide angel that I didn't know who it was that came and was just sitting back here, big, dark blue cloak, and I almost wanted to call it Arian. Well, that's not it. It's Orion. And then I'm thinking, well, I'm not familiar with it. Oh, yes, that's it. It's here again. So it's just, there's a warm feeling bristling up behind me. Well, then I go look it up and, oh, gosh, it feels good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not squirming because it feels bad. It's just, it's like a, how do I, it's like somebody somebody just doing this on your back, and like a little gentle soft massage, but in a nice kind way. Okay, he wants to speak, whoever this guide is. 1 second, sorry. Well, okay, well, hang on. there's a collective consciousness where all humanity are coming together on the same page, and they're speaking the same language, and there are the fractions of control, controlling energy, controlling influence, and the part of people that are trying to stop or push or shove or manipulate others are at play. The humanity and the consciousness is expanding to where all of mankind is learning to lift and embrace to their spiritual energy on the inside. And that light, that consciousness, that feeling of respect and honor, compassion, healing, love is going to conquer all of what's happening. There's a reason why the earth has changed, the planets have changed. There's been an energetic shift. Those that are moving forward with vibrant health, love, all the things that we are supposed to be from and of, are being taken care of, which is really what this, thank you, which is really what this earth and ground angel talks about, but more importantly, the web weaver. Synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. You can move forward if you stay present to the power of being in that moment. Know that there's an energy and a power greater than what you are, meaning you, the human being with your name and your arms and your legs and your feet. There's a bigger power at work that you're choosing to buy into. Now, it's tough to talk about stuff like this because, you know, it goes out everywhere. And the naysayers, the ones who don't believe that, ones who aren't into understanding that you're on the same vibration as things that you want to achieve and you want to accomplish like this, they're going to want to shut it down, which is, listen, that's their prerogative. It's fine. And all I've got to say about that is try. Because I believe that you and me and the neighbor and the person across the street, at the core of their being, let's just say they drop something, you go help them pick it up. Let's just say you're somewhere and there's a little child in a stroller that you're in a store with. You smile and the kid smiles back. Look at any time you've gone anywhere in a crowd of people and you have a toddler, 3, 4, 5 years old. They're being carried by a caregiver and they're looking back at you and they're waving, they're smiling. They have not got a care in the world. That is the energy that lives inside all of us. The grounding and the earth is to pull us back down, to get quiet. If you've been tired, if you felt like, oh, I can't take any more of this, get grounded. What does that even mean? Just sit, read a book, turn off all of these distracting devices that are filling you with static. It's a bit like a tune that has way too much bass or another tune that has way too much treble. Eventually, you'll find your vibration being altered by it. So find space. And the web weaver just basically is saying, put your plans in place. You've got what it takes. There's all kinds of energies at work moving you forward, whether you worry about it or not. You can't really get into trouble. You just keep your eyes forward and you'll move forward, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't make sense. I think Orion, whoever this you wonderful angel is helping to make sense. But right now I'm going to read from Melody Beatty's book, and then we're going to meditate. Um, and we're on the 13th of January, so we're going to go into that. On a winter's lesson is what it says. There we go. See the pine trees and learn their lesson. A friend once said, pine trees are nature's reminder that growth continues even in the winter. Winter is important. It's a season in our lives. It's more than time of coldness and snow. It's a time of going within, a time to rest from work that's been done, a time to prepare for the lessons ahead. Long for the sun on your shoulders, but let the frost and cold come. The ground has been left fallow in preparation for nourishing new seeds of life. On a winter's lesson, despite the time of lifelessness and inactivity, this is still a season of growth. Trust what's being worked out in your soul. The snow will melt. The sun will shine again. The time will come to remove your heart or your heavy garb and return to the activity of life. And the affirmation that she writes is, cherish the winter, cherish its quietness, a time of going within to rest and heal. Cherish this time to prepare that must come before new life. Cherish the hope that lies beneath the snow. I don't know how that applies to today, other than staying cozy and warm and nurturing yourself, taking rest where you need to. You know, I love all of these local governments that say stay home, don't go anywhere, which for safety reasons. And then there's a little bit of a panic that comes up for me because, you know, I don't get paid unless people come in and do something. But then I'm like, well, somehow it'll work itself out. That's how you turn the panic into something promising. That's how you become productive. You don't give up, you don't give in, you just have faith that things will work. Right, my friends, we do need to meditate. Put your feet flat on the floor and get your body feeling grounded. I'm thinking that, you know, you can put your palms in your lap. I'm just going to cross my arms over my chest like this. But somewhere that where you can get the feeling that you are comfortable seated and the energy can seat within you. Take a breath in, release and let go out. Another one. Exhale. Pull in. And release. Find the pattern of your breath going in and out. Focus on how long the inhales are, how you can control the exhales. Let the thoughts settle. For this morning's visual meditation, bring your consciousness to your physical body where you are, in your room, in your dwelling, whether it's a house or an apartment or a work building. Be with the experience of how the floor supports your body, how the physical environment, the air around you, the space around you, how the temperature of all that you are currently around feels. And from this seated spot in your environment, feeling safe, secure, nurtured, comfortable, know that everything continues to support you as it has done. As each moment passes, each inhale and exhale passes, what is supporting you, grounding you, nurturing you, loving you, continues. Imagine and picture the center of your being, your heart, right where your ribs come together. Imagine that there is this light, this candle, your own internal flame. The ball of illuminated energy that has been with you throughout this life and the other lives you've lived. At any given moment, at any given time, you have the ability to expand this light, to increase the energy of it, to use the great power that exists within you for the highest good of everything and everyone, including yourself. The richness of the earth, the support of the floor, the ground with which the building sits on, is provided for a reason, to ground and absorb everything to support your forward movement. This grounding of the earth is equipped to absorb fear, it's equipped to remove anxiety, it's equipped to take the ties that have been cut from negativity and transform the space to accept and receive the energy of the sun. In this space and place of peace, of love, of nurturing, of support, have the ability to go within, to be open, to listen and receive. By choice, you have the power to choose. You have the power to choose right now to give up what doesn't serve you. And replace with the tools that do. By weaving your magic, you are magnetically attracting to you everything you're choosing. Continue connecting with your breath. And continue with the sense of being grounded and supported, loved, cherished, honored. Place your hands at heart center. We close this meditation and visualization. Bring your hands to prayer at hearts at center of your forehead. Together we bow and say namaste. I feel complete about that. I feel complete with it. You might hear, see, be a lot of static in the next week or two. I've certainly been bombarded with distractions of people talking about it. I don't know what they're talking about. Because here's the odd part about it. They really don't know. Just be aware of your surroundings, aware of where you are, and earth and ground. Know where you're safe. Know how you can stay safe. Simple. You know, the earth has got you, the universe has got you, your friends have got you, we've got you, there's always this space. Yeah. And until tomorrow, Thursday, I wish you a great Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Lots of love. Bye.